Easy access to fresh produce can help Latinos make healthier food choices. Unfortunately, Latino neighborhoods lack fresh fruit and vegetable options, with fewer grocery stores or ones that are miles away. One green-thumbed individual mobilizes neighbors to band together, work with city officials, and grow a solution.
I realized that there was no place to buy produce. There was no place to buy any healthy foods. There's a lot of convenience stores around, but there's not a substantial grocery store.
In 2010, Caesar would find the opportunity for change planted in his own neighborhood, but in dire need of help.
And I saw a group of people in this big plot of land. It didn't seem like there was very much growth going on, but I saw these people doing some work to the garden, and I went up to them and I just asked them what they were doing, and they said that was a community garden. That was called the South Presa Community Garden. It seemed like something that was kind of dying down, and I kind of wanted, since I was new to the neighborhood, I kind of wanted to help revitalize that.
On top of that, the multi-year lease on the garden property was not going to be renewed by the landowner. The garden was now at risk of drying up for good.
And it was basically a decision of whether we were going to decide to continue what we had started, and or just kind of give up and say like that was an experience. So, and of course, unanimously, everyone was like, we're on board. So everyone's like, yes, let's do it, let's continue. So we started scouting right away. One thing we looked for was visibility. Size was another important thing, and we wanted to make sure it was a publicly owned piece of land instead of privately owned. So we found this great piece of land actually.
The unused, undeveloped triangular pocket still needed the green light from the city. The gardeners met with Parks and Recreation Department officials to get clearance.
And we, verbally discussed their plans, and then they were able to actually finalize some 3D aerial renderings of what they actually wanted to develop on the site. And so from there, we were able to finalize the agreement based upon those plans, and we took the plans to our Parks and Recreation Board for consideration and approval.
The city and gardeners drafted a memorandum of understanding, a written agreement spelling out expectations for the garden,
which essentially the city agreed to provide the property on which the group would build the community garden, and we also agreed to provide water through our existing water meter, and the community garden group agreed to install a faucet and then conservatively use the water to maintain the garden.
The city's Park and Rec Board formally approved the Memorandum of Understanding, granting the use of the land for the next 5 years. The Southtown Community Garden was now official.
It was just an amazing feeling for all of us. We felt like, victorious because the city supported what we were doing.
Caesar orchestrated a partnership with the local Green Space Alliance to provide extra support.
So I'd say like every week I meet somebody new that just wants to stop by, or when they see people working out here, they stop by and they wonder what we're doing.
It is important to have a gardening like this in our area since we're not close to any grocery stores, and it benefits us. They grow vegetables, fruits, carrots, strawberries, anything you could think of.
Urban gardening is our grassroots way of making a difference in the world, one green space at a time.